Heck, at my age, you know I've been to a lot of doctors. Healthcare partners, they really care. They're concerned about your health. They're all the best. I am Roberta, and I am a healthcare partner. Visit hcpnv.com to hear my story.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News is also brought to you by the St. Therese Mission, a future venue for cultural and environmental events near Pahrump. Get involved. Visit us at sttheresemission.com or call 702-507-4172.
Tonight on News 46, police are investigating the cause of a recent vandalism.
Dr. Danger performs at Pahrump Valley Speedway.
And funds are raised for the Pahrump Valley High School Music Department. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Glenn Evers and Monique Mitchell. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Monday, May 13th, 2013. I'm Glenn Evers.
And I'm Monique Mitchell for News 46.
Well, police are investigating the possible motive that the vandalism suspect Stephen Himes may have had for thousands of dollars of damage he is accused of causing at the new Goodwill store last week. Himes was taken into custody after allegedly stealing a sledgehammer from Walmart and smashing 7 windows and doors at the new Goodwill store located in the Albertson Shopping Center.
A comment was posted on KPVM's YouTube page by the father of Stephen Himes, Nick Himes. The comments have been looked over by the Nye County Sheriff's Office because it might give a motive for the crime, which cost thousands of dollars to the store. Nick Himes writes, "I'm a Goodwill employee and I would like to tell you what this multi-million-dollar corporation is really about. They misrepresent themselves as a company that cares about the poor, taking people's donations by selling fake misconceptions and worthless programs like their job program and others, all designed to bring in more donations. The truth is, Goodwill gives a very small percentage of what they make to charity. After donations, they grossed $20 million last year in Las Vegas alone. In fact, they pretend to care about people and sell these false lies. They pay their employees minimum wage, barely enough to survive, while upper management rakes in the profit, living like kings. If they don't care about their own employees, then they don't care about anyone because their employees are the poor. They are a greedy money-making machine who proves by putting lipstick on a pig, people will believe it's not a pig." Once again, Stephen Himes' father wrote that. Stephen Himes was arrested for various charges relating to the vandalism of the Goodwill store just a week after they opened here in Pahrump. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
Well, Dr. Danger came in from Austin, Texas to perform at Pahrump Valley Speedway during halftime Saturday night. Local driver Robbie Woods also took the track during the show to show off his skills and to flip some mud up onto the audience with his 900 horsepower Chevy racing truck.
Stuntman Dr. Danger performed at Pahrump Valley Speedway Saturday night. Owner of the raceway, Chad Broadhead, explained one of the stunts.
What we're going to do, we're going to have 8 barrier walls out through the center of the track here, and he's going to strap himself to the hood of a car, and he's going to drive through these barrier walls while they're on fire.
Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue is stationed at the raceway on Saturday nights for their races, but they beefed up their staff for Dr. Danger's performance.
We do have additional resources here tonight due to the nature of the event. Obviously, these are well-trained professionals that are performing it. However, things do go wrong, and so we're here in case that does happen, and hopefully we're not needed.
Another stunt that Dr. Danger performed was redneck boxing.
They call it redneck boxing. 2 guys get out there and get all suited up. They dump gas on them, which we didn't really know, and then they start them on fire, and then they go to boxing. Last guy standing wins.
Chad Broadhead explained how he got Dr. Danger to come to Pahrump.
Well, actually, we got a hold of him 5 years ago, trying to bring some different events to the town and to the racetrack. help bring out the fans, plus, you know, it brings in a lot of people. If you notice today how many crews are with them, there's a lot of extra people here, so that's a lot of extra resource and a lot of extra money for our town.
This place is packed too.
It is, and this is what we need, and this is what we're trying to do. But it took us 5 years to get him here, and then finally he called us and said, hey, I'm just up the street, can I come out and do a stunt this weekend? And I said, you bet.
So you're going to have the races here again in 2 weeks in all the different classes. Once again, can you give everybody that info?
Yeah, we'll have all the classes out again from mini stocks on up to the IMCA modifieds. If they want to go to the website, www.PahrumValleySpeedway.com, they can find all the classes and what time and what's going on. And we've made a lot of changes for this year, so we're hoping to get a lot of new fans out here and a lot of new people come out. We've got a whole new menu going on, so we're trying to bring difference to the track and trying to change it up a little bit and make it a lot more fun.
O.J. Simpson was back in a Las Vegas courtroom today in an effort to overturn his 2008 convictions for armed robbery and kidnapping on the basis that he received bad legal advice. Simpson is expected to take the stand on his own behalf during this week's hearing, which could stretch about 5 days. If successful at this habeas corpus hearing, Simpson could be granted a new trial for charges related to an incident in which the former football star tried to reclaim memorabilia he claims was stolen from him. Simpson is currently serving a 33-year-old prison sentence, and he will be eligible for parole after 9 years.
Well, are trampolines bad for you and your children? After the break, we find out.
Harmless fun or high-flying hazards?
Is where she broke her fibula.
The debate over trampoline arenas, next in Prescription Health.
Join us at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino with the #1 gaming experience and entertainment. The Pahrump Nugget has the #1 dining experience at Stockman Steakhouse, Golden Harvest Cafe, and the Gold Miners Buffet. Come get your game on at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Children's Dentistry of Pahrump, specializing in sedation dentistry, now accepting adult patients. Call now for free IV sedation with dental implant, 751-2184.
Welcome back to News 46. Well, they're popping up all over, providing kids and adults wall-to-wall entertainment. But is the trampoline arena trend resulting in simple fun or serious fractures? Andrew McIntosh has this story.
This health tip is brought to you by Humana.
Visit our local office in the Pahrump Valley Junction Shopping Center or call 775-727-0871.
This is a trampoline arena, a huge indoor center covered with bouncy floors. Josh Zins brought his family here 6 times in 2 months.
It's quickly become our favorite place to come with the kids. They absolutely love it.
Molly Devine came here once with her kids.
It was so fun. But
her son Luke fractured his leg soon after this video was shot.
It was sort of like bendy.
They were just concerned it was close to the growth plate. His legs could have grown at different rates.
Luke's doing fine today, but not everyone is as lucky.
So these two are supposed to be together?
Orthopedic surgeon Bob Zura says this 16-year-old broke and dislocated her leg at a trampoline park.
She'll be forever changed from that. My own personal experience is that I'm seeing a much greater number of fractures in the last 2 years of my practice than I did in the first 7 years that I practiced here. So, and it seems, in my opinion, to be related to the presence of some of these centers.
Right after performing surgery on this teen,
I called my wife, and at that point we decided from a personal standpoint we're no longer going to those centers with our children.
An Arizona man died after an accident at one, and serious injuries have led to lawsuits against trampoline parks across the U.S. But owners say they're safe. Off camera, the owner of this one says in 8 months she's had 120,000 customers and only about 50 recorded injuries. She tells us most were sprained ankles. She adds rules are clearly posted and employees are stationed around the arena for safety. In 2011, there were 3,000 ER visits because of trampoline injuries at arenas and fitness centers combined. That's less than 8% of the 38,000 kids 19 and under who went to the ER for snowboarding and skiing injuries. Still, the doctor says,
I take my kids skiing and I don't take them there.
He tells us he wants people to know the arenas may not be as safe as they seem.
I think parents should just be aware that there are risks. I think they should educate themselves.
Josh says he knows the risks, and he's not worried.
No, not at all. Not at all.
But Molly is not coming back here.
I would never put my kids at risk for an hour of fun.
I'm Andrew McIntosh reporting.
Just last month, an independent organization released voluntary safety standards for trampoline arenas that included guidelines for design, manufacturing, maintenance, and inspections. Officials tell us if they're found to be ineffective, the Consumer Product Safety Commission can put mandatory standards in place that trampoline park owners across the country would have to abide by.
Well, homicide investigators with the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department are conducting DNA tests to determine whether any of the 6 pit bulls seized after a jogger was mauled to death and attacked in the Mojave Desert. Authorities said drivers saw pit bulls attacking 63-year-old Pamela Marie Devitt last Thursday in the high desert community of Little Rock. Sheriffs and animal control officials served a search warrant on a home near the site of the attack and took away 8 dogs, 6 pit bulls, and 2 mixed breeds. A 29-year-old man from the house, identified as Alex Donald Jackson, was arrested on suspicion of cultivating marijuana and will now be possibly charged with the murder in this case.
Today we introduce you to Karen Thomas, who is a contestant for this year's Ms. Senior Golden Years pageant.
Hi, my name is Karen Thomas and I'm running a Miss Senior Golden Years. I came out here in 2004. I have 4 children. I have 7 grandchildren and 5 great-grandchildren. I really enjoy our community and the seniors that live here. I've met a lot of wonderful friends. I'd like to welcome all of you to come down to Saddle West on our pageant on June the 8th. Thank you.
A little over $800 was raised to benefit the Pahrump Valley High School's music department. KPVM TV decided to add some elbow grease to help the kids in the arts with money for the competition and instruments.
Pahrump Valley High School has now decided that each department will only have one fundraiser to benefit that department per school year, except for the football team, which has a booster club. So KPVM TV decided to raise some funds for the music department by holding a car wash, which was held this Sunday at Wolfie's. Several of the kids from the band did help out in washing cars. There was a total of $537 in pre-sales tickets sold for this car wash fundraiser, and a little over $300 that was earned the day of the car wash. Of course, we'll be presenting Pahrump Valley High School's music department with the check and the proceeds to help them out in their competitions for next year. Of course, they're still looking for help with their band uniforms too as well. We want to thank everybody who helped out in this much needed fundraiser, including all those KPVM employees, the kids that helped out, Andre Butch Harper, Wolfie's Cindy Colucci, and of course Eric Coonsey. This is Deanne O'Donnell for News 46.
Well, keep it right here. We're going to have more local news right after these messages.